All right, today we're going to break down the story behind TitanFlow. It's a men's health supplement that's been making some waves. We're going to dig into the marketing, the science they present, and what makes it tick. Let's get right into it.
So, the whole thing kicks off with this question. It's aimed right at guys over 40, and you can see why. It's a super relatable frustration, right? Why do some guys just seem to sail through getting older, while for others this becomes a constant daily issue?
And this is the exact feeling they're tapping into. That non-stop worry. You know, having to plan your day around where the next bathroom is. Or that annoying feeling like you just can't get fully empty. This is the problem they claim they have the answer for.
Okay, so what's the usual explanation we all hear? Well, the TitanFlow story starts by challenging what they call the prostate myth. They're basically setting the stage to introduce a totally different way of looking at this.
For years, decades really, this has been the standard line. As men get older, the prostate can get bigger, and the common thinking has always been that this enlargement physically squeezes the urethra shut, and that's what restricts your flow. Simple as that.
And right here, this is the pivot. The entire argument for TitanFlow really hangs on this one single question. They're suggesting that, hey, maybe focusing only on the prostate means we've been missing a huge piece of the puzzle.
This sets up their big scientific revelation. They're about to introduce what they say is a completely different root cause for all these urinary problems.
To give this new idea some credibility, they use a quote from a Dr. Ryan Shelton. It's a pretty direct shot at the old way of thinking, saying, the prostate isn't the be-all and end-all.
And here's where they really try to anchor their argument. They connect this whole new perspective to research from Johns Hopkins. It's a move to give it a solid, scientific-sounding foundation.
So that research leads them to this, a big, bold number, 50%. It's meant to make you stop and think, but 50% of what?
And this is it. This is the new root cause they're proposing. The idea is that for half of all men over 40, the problem isn't just pressure on the urethra from the outside, it's that the urethral walls themselves have gotten weak and can't stay open against that pressure anymore.
This slide really just lays it all out, old versus new. The old way of thinking was all about trying to shrink the prostate. This new discovery flips it completely, focusing instead on how to make the urethral walls stronger. It's a total reframing of the issue. So if that's the real problem, then what's the solution? Well, this is where we get into TitanFlow's specific approach.
And this is their big, unique selling point. The makers claim that their formula is the only one in the world specifically created to tackle this issue of weak urethral walls. That's how they're setting themselves apart from all the other supplements that just focus on the prostate.
So how do they claim to do it? Well, with a blend of ingredients they say are backed by research. Things like pumpkin seed oil, beta-Sitosterol, Lycopene, broccoli sprout extract, and pygeum.
So what are these ingredients actually supposed to do? Well, according to the source material, the pumpkin seed oil is in there to help fortify the urethral walls. Lycopene is an antioxidant to help protect the cells, and pygeum is meant to help relax muscles to improve the flow.
Okay, so that's their whole scientific argument. Now let's switch gears and look at the actual deal they're offering.
The pricing is set up in tiers. One bottle for a month costs $59 plus shipping, but if you buy a 3-month supply, the price drops to $49 a bottle. And for 6 months, it goes all the way down to $33 a bottle, and they throw in free shipping. So they're clearly pushing for the book orders.
And to make those bigger packages even more tempting, they're including 2 free digital bonuses if you get the 3 or 6 month supply. They're ebooks, one called Sleep Well and another called Quick and Easy Meals, meant to kind of complement the main product.
Now, to get people over the fence, especially first-time buyers, they put a ton of emphasis on this one number. 180. What's that all about? It's 180 days, a full 6-month empty bottle money-back guarantee. And this is the key part. They promise a full refund even if you've used up every single pill. It's their way of making the whole thing feel completely risk-free for you.
So when you boil it all down, after going through all their material, you're left with this one big, thought-provoking question. The whole narrative we just walked through asks you to consider something new. What if the key to better urinary health isn't just about the prostate, but about the strength of the urethra itself, the one piece of the puzzle that almost nobody's been talking about?